Probably the best thing that you can make with wild grapes. Just simple wild grape jelly tastes like the soul of a grape. It is incredible. Today I'm going to lead you through how to make the jelly from start to finish. First, we're going to need to harvest some wild grapes. So these are wild river grapes, and they'll look just like that. It's okay if there's a few grapes here and there that are not perfectly ripe. That's pretty natural. And this is a good thing to do with a group of friends. So I'm at my grandparents' place because they have wild grapes that grow on their deck. And in about 15 minutes, I'll have about 15 or 20 pounds of wild grapes. And all we do here is it's really simple. This is the easy way to do it. I just take the whole clusters of grapes and I cut them off the plant using a scissors. There is no need to strip the grapes off of the vine individually. That is really a mess. I'll talk about that a little bit. Once you have your grapes, now we just need to juice them. So like I said, this is the easy way. So we're just taking the whole clusters of grapes and I'm going to crush them with a potato masher in a pot until they start to get all juicy. So just mash them up until you can start to see the juice kind of coming up to the top. And then I will add a little bit of water, just a splash so the grapes are like barely covered. Now we're going to heat them. We're not going to sit here and boil them, but we are going to heat the grapes just to help all of the juice get out. It really helps. You just need to get it hot just so it's steaming. Doesn't need to boil, doesn't need to simmer, just needs to get warm to kind of loosen that stuff up. And now we just need to strain the grapes. As you can see, I'm doing this in a garage because it can be pretty messy. It's going to look like finger paint, and it's going to get more messy. And we just need to extract the juice from the grapes. So first, I'm just draining off the juice that comes off naturally. I'm going to take the grapes and the stems, put them into another bowl, and then I'm going to use, first I'll use cheesecloth, and it is actually easier to just use your hands, as you will see, because there's a lot of really good juice still sitting in those grapes. But you can see how messy this is. This is something you want to do outside or in an area where you're not going to be driving your spouse crazy. And I'm just squeezing the juice out of the grapes by hand. That is just really what worked the best for me here. But I've been making this for years. I rarely make it the same way twice, except the way that I make the jelly, which we will go over here shortly. So strain the final juice there, put it through a sieve, or you could put it through cheesecloth. And now here, this is the most important thing. So it seems like if you cook the grapes with the stems on, the pectin really doesn't like to set until it gets to like 130 Fahrenheit, and that's too much for me, and it can make the jelly taste cooked. So what you're going to want to do, just add a little bit of pectin. And that means that you're not going to have to worry about the jelly setting. So I do recommend using pectin here, but if you leave the grapes off the stem, if you strip them all off, then you don't have to add pectin. But that's a lot more work. So I'm using Cuisine Tech pectin here, and you can just use your favorite pectin and follow the recipes on the package, but we're just going to mix the pectin with sugar, and that is pretty simple. Now we just take all of that grape juice, put it into a pot. It's so dark, it's like almost black. It's so good, so rich. And just mix that together. And you can add some butter here. You can add a little knob of butter, and that will help with the foaming, because you can see I'm having to fan that so that it doesn't overflow in the pot, which is a real danger with making this. You want to keep a close eye on the pot while it's boiling. And now we're just going to heat the juice and the sugar mixture until it gets to about 125, and that's kind of the magic number. I'm going to do some set tests too, just because I am in the habit of doing that, and I just have a little pie tin over a bowl of ice, and once it starts to hold its shape here, you can see it's just starting to do that right there. You can also see, it's going to overflow, so I'll fan it a little bit. Again, add a little bit of butter if you want. And the temperature, there I'm adding lemon juice, very important, but the temperature is the most important thing. You want about 125 Fahrenheit, and you really don't even need to do set tests if you just wait until it gets to the proper temperature. Then I like to pour the jelly into something I can pour it from, and we're just going to fill the jars up. And from here, it's just like making any other jelly. I don't even water bath this. I just put the lids on. It's so hot they're all going to seal. It's really easy. It's high acid. It's very safe. You can water bath it if you want, but I don't usually do that. And that is the set you're going to get when you add a little bit of pectin. Basically, perfect. So obviously this stuff is killer on, just a buttered English muffin or toast or whatever you want, but it will be the best grape jelly that you've ever had. Full recipe is on my website. Thanks for watching.